today. Share with you a little project I'm working on. I'm making up these little party favor gifts to give to friends the next time I go on a crafting retreat. They're really fun. They have hot cocoa packets and peppermint spoons, a little Christmas ornament, a couple of chocolate candies, and one of those Whack-A-Pack Christmas, well, those are the Christmas ornaments from Dollar Tree. So if you're interested in seeing how I made these up, I made the pocket pouches to stuff everything in, then stick around and I'll share a quick tutorial with you. Okay, so I forgot to mention that these also have a sweet Christmas bracelet included in the packet of goodies. And I wanted to mention to you that I priced everything out individually, so I think you can make these up for about $3. If you wanted to sell them at a craft fair, which I plan to make some for gifts and maybe make a few extras, so when I eventually do get to do a craft fair or the farmer's market, I am going to probably sell them for about $5. But I bought a big box of hot cocoa packets. There were 50 in a pack from, I got these from Amazon. There were 50 in a pack, and they were $16 for 50, but I had a $5 reward, which knocked off, went down from 16 to 11. And so these were, for me, were about 22 cents a packet. And the bracelets were also from Amazon, and these are discounted right now for, I think they're $9.98 for 6. So I paid $1.66 for these bracelets, and I'll share these links below in the description. I also, from Dollar Tree, I bought both regular candy canes and candy cane spoons. I have been packing mostly these spoons because I think that's so cute with the hot chocolate, but the last one I packed up, I used just a regular candy cane because I just found some this morning at Dollar Tree. The first time I went, I only saw the mini ones. These are also great for stirring hot chocolate, and these actually seem to fit a little bit better in the pouch, and you get 12 in a pack for $1.25 rather than 6 for the spoons, but these are still awfully cute. Okay, and then I bought some packages of Andy's Mints, Cream de Mint, and the Cherries Jubilee. For $1.25 per pack, you get 11 in a pack. And, so if you break it down, these peppermint spoons were 21 cents a piece. I guess the candy canes would be half of that, or about 11 cents a piece. And that's also what the Andy's Mints are, 11 cents a piece, because they were $1.25. There's 11 in a package, so 11 cents per piece. And then I got these a while back. At the time I bought them, I wasn't sure what I'm going to use them for. Well, it turns out they make cute little toppers for the tops of my pouches, so you can write a sentiment or, to whoever and from you, or just leave them blank if you're going to sell them at a craft show. But they're awfully cute, and I used the hot chocolate one, and I'm going to, there were 2 of those. These are front and back, so you get 18 of them for $1.50. These turn out to be 8 cents each. And I just have a bunch of ribbon in my stash. Paper pads. I have a bunch of different paper pads. I have a bunch of 6x6 paper pads. This one came out of this paper pad, which I'm pretty sure was a gift, not a gift, but a prize that I won at a crafting retreat. It does say $6.99, and it's Paper Studio, so it came from Hobby Lobby, but they're often on sale. I just figured for the paper, 25 cents a sheet. Oh, and then these Whack-A-Pack balloon ornaments. They come in packages of 4. This one came out of this pack. So there's 4 in a pack. They're $1.50. So I don't know. I guess maybe they're about 40 cents a piece. And these are really fun. They come with this string. So after you whack it and it pops open into a balloon, there's a little hole punched so you can add the string. So it turns into an ornament that you can hang on the tree. And if you're not familiar with these, the directions are right here on the packaging. And what you do, it shows that you just take your fist and you smash it and it pops open, and they're super cute, fun for kids. But I think even if you were gonna give this gift to a lady friend or an adult friend, I think that he or she would think that that's a riot. So that's how I'm gonna make these up. So let's get started, and I'll show you exactly how I did it. It doesn't take any time at all. This is what it will look like when I'm done. Oh, and cellophane. I used some cellophane bags to package them in. I got these at Amazon quite a while ago. Let's see here. Cellophane bags. These come out to be about, you get 200 in a package. They came out, the packages I bought came out to be about 5 cents a piece for each bag. So what I do is I take my envelope punch board. You've seen me use this before. I use this a lot. This might be one of my most used tools. And so I'm going to make, this is a 6x6 piece of paper, and on my score guide here, it shows I can use a 6x6 piece of paper to make, score line is 3, it makes a 3.5 by 3.5 square envelope. Now, I don't totally make the envelope. I leave the top part unscored, and I don't fold that over because that just provides more of a sturdy backing or base to tuck in your candy cane and your hot chocolate packet. Those things, with those bigger items, it wouldn't fold over and close anyway, so I leave that open. So remember how you use this? You just line it up one time with a 3-inch score line. You punch. This is non-directional paper, so I don't have to worry about the direction of my paper. You score, you turn it a quarter turn. I have to get a closer look, but anyway, you turn it a quarter of a turn, you punch, and you score again. Do that again. Turn it a quarter turn. Line it up with the score line you just made. Punch. Make a score. Turn. Now on this side, I'm not going to make a score line. Like I said, I'm going to leave that open at the top, but I am going to punch. So you can see this, there's no score line on the top here. I'm leaving that open. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the right hand flap over first. You can ink around the edges if you want. I'm not going to do that on this one, but then you fold the left hand flap over. You're going to take a little bit of glue, just put it on the left hand flap on the inside at the top, just a little dab of glue. Fold that over and adhere it down, and then you are going to fold up the bottom flap like that. And then you're going to, one thing I forgot I like to do is put round the top flap. I'm just going to round the corner up here. You put your glue then on the bottom flap, the bottom of the bottom flap. Then you fold that up and adhere that down. Easy enough, right? You got your little pocket. Now, you know, you could fill this with anything you would like, even a note card or a gift card. You don't have to fill this. You can fill it any way you like. But this is how I'm making my little pouches for my goodies here. And so then I'm going to put my tag, my little note card or tag, whatever you want to call this. I'm going to take the foam square off of it because I don't want it to pop up. It already has enough dimension. So I'm going to adhere it down right there on the front. Now, as you can see my placement, the top may hang over a little bit. I kind of like that look of it hanging over the top there. So when I glue the back, I'm just gonna see right there where I have my finger. I'm not gonna put glue there because I don't want it to stick to the base of the pouch. And then I will place it down with that spot that I was just covering up right in the middle. Center it, or however you'd like to put it on. You could even put it at an angle if you prefer. Make sure it's adhered down very well. If you were going to give this away as a gift, then you could write a little sentiment, Merry Christmas, or hope your holidays are fantastic, or whatever you would like. And then you could write, you know, you could write that here, and over here you could write, to my favorite friend from Val. You are ready to fill it up. So the hot chocolate packet, this Nestle's brand. Here's the big box that I got from Amazon. They fit so nicely in these 3.5 by 3.5 inch pouches. But if you should happen to have a pouch that is a little bit too wide, you could always fold over, just fold over the edge carefully, making sure not to tear the pouch because you don't want your powder spilling all over the place. These, at least the ones that I've done already, they seem to fit just perfectly. And they slide in and out nicely. So there we go, there's that. And then I'm gonna put in my wack pack. This is cute, it says Sweet Holiday Wishes. And now you could just tuck this in loosely or however you would like. After it's poofed out, there's a little hole, and it's kind of obvious that it's an ornament and that this is so you can hang it somewhere. So what I'm going to do is just take a little piece of Scotch tape. I think, I haven't tried it, but I think if you Scotch tape this to the front of this bag, it will still poof out with no problem. What it does is it just kind of tears at the seams when you smash it and the balloon pops out. It just kind of comes apart. So as long as you tape this in the middle, I think you're fine. Just don't like wrap it around or anything, because that might prevent it from poofing out. So I just put a little piece of tape right there, and then I tuck this inside the pouch. Then I kind of move it over to the left-hand edge as far as I can so that I have room for my spoon or my candy cane. Now this one has a spoon, this one has a spoon, and these spoons from Dollar Tree, they come in a pack of 6, but there are little, can you see the little score lines here? So they do tell you where to cut. Now if I were to put this spoon in, I would trim this even some more. And you kind of have to do it carefully because you don't want to cut through the plastic that's keeping the spoon enclosed. It's kind of hard to do, actually, because it's kind of hard to maneuver the scissors. But it can be done. I'm showing you right now, it can be done. Just be careful. And kind of round those sharp edges, because they are sharp. I don't want you to poke yourself, cut yourself. So I could put in the spoon, and it does fit. It kind of makes this kind of poof out a little, but the edges so far for me have been staying intact without ripping. So you could do that. Since I did this one with the spoon, I'm going to do this one with just the candy cane. And you know what? These honestly do fit a little better. And they're cheaper because you get 12 in a package instead of 6. From Dollar Tree anyway. You might be able to find them even cheaper than that. I don't know. And then I put 2 chocolates. I put one of the Andes Cherry Jubilees and one of the Andes Creamed Mints. I like them. They're red and green. They look super cute in here. And then the last thing I do is I put, and you know, you could skip this part, but I got these and I thought they were very reasonably priced, and I think they're really cute. At first I was just going to tie a ribbon and tie it in a bow in front, and then I thought, you know, I want something else, something that's a little more lasting. So I came up with this idea, and I looked on Amazon and I saw these and I thought they were very cute. They're maybe a little juvenile, but I think I mean, I'm thinking about my friends, my crafting friends, and I think even my crafting friends, one of whom even makes her own bracelets and jewelry, would still like this. Or whoever the recipient is, they could always just re-gift it, right? That would never bother me if I ever found out that somebody did that. It wouldn't bother me at all. I know some people might be bothered by that, but I am not. Okay, so it says Mary. Okay, so then I'm going to take my cellophane bag and I'm going to put this in. So then you could just put that in, and you could just fold this over if you want to. It has a little strip here that peels off and then it's self-adhesive, so you could just fold that over like that if you want. That would be cute. I think that would be real cute. And then you could like even staple on like a topper or something. But I kind of like the looks of the little cellophane bag, just twisted and cinched at the top with some ribbon. I think that's cute. So what you do is you just go like this and then you twist like that, and then you tie your ribbon on. You know, this could be the trickiest part, so I'm just going to use one of my fingers right here to hold that in place while I give the ribbon a pull to make a knot. And you could just leave it like this. I think on this one, I didn't even tie a bow. I just trimmed the tails. On this one, I cut the ribbon long enough that I think I can tie a bow, even with my little fat fingers here. I'm gonna give it a try. That worked. So pull my tails out a little bit. And then pull the bow tight. Just fiddle with it, get it how you want it. Sometimes when I watch other YouTubers and crafters, I'm always amazed at how their bows turn out just perfect. Just the first time they do it. You know, they just tie it, twist it, pull it, and it's perfect. I am not that talented. Okay, so there we go. I like the way that looks. On a lot of the other ones, I started remembering to put the sticker on before I put it in the bag. On this one, I forgot, so I just put it on the outside of the bag, and that's what I'm going to do again because I forgot again, and I don't want to open the bag and untie the ribbon and all that. So I am just going to put my Handmade with Love sticker right on this baggie like that, and then I'm just gonna put my initials, well, not my initials, I always just write Val on here, and then I usually put the year. I used to put the month and the year, but lately I've just been putting the year. 25. Okay, there you go. That's it. That is my little project for the day. I think they're super cute, and I like them both with the spoon and the regular candy cane. I really love that ornament. This one, the Wack-a-Pack, has a nutcracker on it. I used the tag with the nutcracker. I tried to match the paper with the light greens and pinks, and then I tried to match the ribbon. So you could just play around and go matchy-matchy, or I think these are so cute that all different colors would even be cute. Well, thanks for watching. I'm so appreciative of you taking time out of your day to check out my channel and see what's up. And I'd love for you to like, comment, and subscribe if you're so inclined. And also, just let me know if you ever plan to make something like this or give this a try, or if you make it a little different and you have some really super good ideas. I get most of my ideas from YouTube, so I'm always looking for new ideas. So thanks, friends, and bye for now.